You open the door after a long day away from home. Before you even step fully inside, your dog suddenly drops into that familiar stretch. Front legs slide forward across the floor, chest lowers toward the ground, the tail lifts slightly, almost like a flag of excitement. Most people assume it is just a random stretch after resting. Perhaps the dog was lying down and simply needed to loosen its muscles. But animal behavior science suggests something much more interesting. This posture is called the play bow, and it is one of the most important social signals dogs use to communicate. In the canine world, the play bow is not about stretching. It is about connection. It is the dog equivalent of a smile, a greeting, and an invitation all at once. What appears to be a simple movement is actually the visible tip of a deeper emotional system, a system shaped by thousands of years of evolution, social bonding, and shared life with humans. In this video, we will explore the hidden psychology behind this behavior and several other unusual signals dogs use to communicate with the people they love. Because once you understand what these behaviors mean, everyday moments with your dog begin to look completely different. The stretch your dog performs when they see you is known scientifically as the play bow. It is one of the clearest social signals in the canine communication system. Wild wolves use it, foxes use it, and domesticated dogs still rely on it today. When a dog lowers the front half of its body while keeping the hind legs raised, it is signaling a very specific message. I come in peace. Let's interact. This moment is friendly. In the wild, canine play can easily look like aggression. Teeth show, bodies collide, energy rises quickly. Without a signal of peaceful intent, rough play could easily escalate into real conflict. So evolution produced a behavioral solution. The play bow works like a punctuation mark in dog language. It tells the other animal that whatever happens next should be interpreted as friendly behavior. When your dog performs this movement when you walk through the door, they are activating that same ancient greeting ritual. In their mind, your arrival triggers a social reconnection moment. You are not just returning home. From the dog's perspective, a pack member has returned after an absence, and the play bow becomes the dog's way of saying something very simple. I am happy you are here. Research in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior shows that dogs perform play bows more frequently toward individuals they have strong social bonds with, which means that goofy little stretch is actually a small declaration of relationship. It is your dog announcing joy through body language. To understand why greeting moments feel so powerful for dogs, we need to look inside the brain. When dogs interact with humans they love, a specific neurochemical system activates, the oxytocin bonding loop. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone. In humans, it plays a major role in parent and child attachment. But studies show dogs experience similar biological responses during positive interactions with their owners. One famous experiment from the Kyoto University Dog Cognition Laboratory revealed something remarkable. When dogs and owners looked into each other's eyes, oxytocin levels increased in both species. This created a feedback loop of emotional bonding. The dog feels good, the human feels good, and the relationship strengthens. Greeting rituals activate this system strongly. When your dog sees you walk through the door, their brain predicts social reward, attention, touch, play, connection. That anticipation triggers dopamine activity in the brain's reward system. The body becomes energized, excitement rises. The play bow appears as the physical expression of that emotional state. It is almost like a compressed spring releasing happiness. The moment they see you, the dog's brain prepares for social interaction, and the body responds with movement that invites connection. It is not just stretching, it is the nervous system saying, something good is happening. Dogs do not communicate through complex language the way humans do. Instead, their communication system is built from posture, scent, and small movements. For people who know how to observe them, these signals form an entire emotional vocabulary. The greeting stretch is one word in that vocabulary, but many others appear in everyday life. For example, the head tilt that dogs perform while listening to humans. It may look cute or dramatic, but behaviorally, it serves a practical function. Dogs adjust the position of their ears and head to better detect tone and emotional cues. The tilt helps them analyze subtle changes in voice patterns. Some researchers even suggest that tilting the head slightly may help dogs see human facial expressions more clearly around the muzzle area. Another fascinating behavior is foot licking. While sometimes related to grooming, it can also have a social component. Human skin releases sweat molecules that carry emotional information. Dogs possess a sensory structure called Jacobson's organ, also known as the vomeronasal organ. This system allows them to detect chemical signals connected to emotional states. Through scent and taste, dogs may detect stress hormones such as cortisol. In simple terms, your dog may literally be able to smell when you are stressed, which means licking your feet after a long day may be a strange but sincere form of comfort behavior. Then there is the famous bathroom bodyguard behavior. Many dog owners laugh when their dog follows them into private spaces. But from the dog's perspective, this behavior is completely logical. In wild canine groups, pack members often guard each other during vulnerable moments. To a dog, isolation behind a closed door does not signal privacy. It signals separation from the group. So they stay nearby, quietly watching. Not because they are curious, but because they are fulfilling an instinctive social role. One of the most surprising discoveries in canine psychology is this. The dogs that appear calm and independent often form the deepest emotional attachments. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition shows that dogs display attachment patterns similar to human infants. When separated from their owners, dogs show measurable stress signals. Heart rate changes, restlessness increases, and when the owner returns, stress levels drop rapidly. This pattern resembles what psychologists call secure attachment. In secure attachment relationships, individuals feel confident that their partner will return, so they remain relaxed even during separation. That is why some dogs greet their owners with explosive excitement, while others greet them calmly with a stretch and a wagging tail. Both are signs of bonding. But the relaxed greeting often reflects deeper emotional security. The dog does not panic during your absence, because they trust the relationship. The play bow greeting becomes a moment of joyful reconnection rather than anxious relief. It is a subtle but powerful signal of emotional stability. In other words, the stretch greeting may be the behavioral signature of a dog who feels completely safe with you. Dogs did not develop these behaviors by accident. Their emotional intelligence around humans is the result of thousands of years of shared evolution. Scientists estimate that dogs began domesticating alongside humans roughly 15,000 years ago. During this time, animals that understood human signals had a survival advantage. They received more food, more protection, and stronger social bonds. Over many generations, dogs evolved to become extraordinary observers of human behavior. They can detect emotional changes in facial expressions. They recognize tone shifts in voice, and they quickly learn human routines. Many dogs know the sound of their owner's car long before the person walks through the door. They recognize footsteps in a hallway. Even the rhythm of keys moving in a lock can trigger excitement. When your dog stretches the moment you arrive home, it reflects this deep awareness. Your arrival is not a random event in their day. It is the emotional highlight of their routine. Like sunrise after a long night, the moment their favorite social partner returns. And the greeting stretch becomes their way of celebrating that moment. Animal behavior is rarely random. What appears to be a simple stretch may actually be a deeply evolved social signal. When your dog drops into that playful bow the moment they see you, they are greeting you in the language of their species, a language shaped by pack survival, emotional bonding, and thousands of years living alongside humans. Understanding these signals allows us to see our pets more clearly, not just as animals reacting to instinct, but as companions expressing emotional communication through movement and behavior. Of course, every dog is unique. If your pet suddenly shows unusual behavioral changes, persistent anxiety, aggression, or distress, it is always best to consult a veterinarian or a certified animal behavior specialist. This video is intended for educational purposes and should not replace professional advice. But the next time your dog stretches when they see you, pause for a moment, because that small movement may actually be your dog saying something very simple. I am happy you are home. And if you enjoy discovering the hidden psychology behind pet behavior, consider subscribing to Pet Brain Explained, because once you start understanding how animals communicate, even the smallest behaviors begin to reveal extraordinary meaning.